Greetings, Commanders! It's Ryant1UM here, and today we are back once again in Stellaris Console Edition, not with the Screvian Corporate Holdings, no, but with the Abomination Imperium. That's right, you guys. So I asked you what exactly, the next Empire we should do, and I got a comment from Orsic Fireforge in one of the episodes, and they had said that one of them would have been fun. It would have been a human plus scion kind of, empire. So I was like, okay, I've done Scion before in like my private playthroughs and stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun to play through. But at the same time, I wanted it to be part roleplay, part fun, or slash funny, and then part just domination and everything like that. So that's exactly what we're going to do with the Abomination Imperium. So our characters, our species, is known as the Abominations, and I chose probably the ugliest human portrait that we had, and I thought it was pretty funny. So our traits are repugnant, natural sociologists, very docile, and communal. Basically, the fallen empire that meddled with our society, tried to cram as many of us into one place as possible, made us as ugly as possible, and made us as calm as possible, but also made us pretty good at societal research and everything like that. So it's an interesting thing. But we are fanatic spiritualistic militarists with a police state and a distinguished admiralty, and our government is an imperial star empire, and our advisor voice is the xenophobe. So our home planet is the home planet of the trash pile. And I'm so ready for this, guys. I'm so ready. Oh my goodness. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to kind of keep it the same way as we had before. No endgame prices for this one too, because what the endgame goal for this will be is we need to have every empire in the galaxy under the rule of our scion, of our benefactor, of the fallen empire. So that's exactly what we're going to do. It's a bit similar to what we did with the last playthrough with the Screvian Corporate Holdings, where we wanted to unite the galaxy under one federation. This time it's just going to be a lot less friendly. Not that we were technically friendly in that playthrough, but we're not going to become machines. We are probably either going to go down the psionic route or the gene editing route. So that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and do with this. We're on Ensign because that's the base difficulty across everything, because I like to do that. Scaling difficulty off. Everything else I believe should be totally fine. Iron Man is on. Caravanseers is off because they're annoying. And I think that is perfect. Let's go. So the Abomination Imperium in their home planet of trash piles starts in the top left-hand corner of the galaxy with our benefactors, the Veriliv Protectors. Very, very cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got right here. We got to go ahead and set up some of our other stuff inside of our policies and such. Or let's see, policies right here. So our diplomatic stance will stay expansionist. Unrestricted wars is totally fine. Orbital bombardment, indiscriminate resettlement, fine. Land appropriation, we'll take that off as soon as we can. First contact protocol, we're going to do it peacefully. And we're going to initially have our borders open, but we will be going to war a lot in this playthrough. Mixed economy, wealth creation, robotic workers outlawed, refugees, population controls, slavery prohibited, purged. Okay, yeah, we'll keep all that stuff there. Now for our species, edit default rights. We want everyone to be full citizens. We want everyone to be under social welfare, full military service, colonization allowed, and everything else like that. So let's just double check that these guys also have social welfare and full military service, blah, 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 blah. Perfect. That's good for me. Now let's go ahead and take out our science ship, Ratya. And let's have them start exploring. Go ahead and have this one come all the way up here and come down this arm. In fact, let's see. Let's go ahead and have them do this. Just like that. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and have that one come down there, and then what we'll go ahead and do is come right here, auto upgrade, clear that design, and then get rid of the FTL drive. What is this? Cannot manually design ships while auto design is turned on? Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Okay, oops. Clear the design, take that out of there, and there we go. Then what we'll go ahead and do is this, military fleets, downgrade that, and start the construction of another science ship. There we go. And then I think we're getting ready to go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our home planet of trash pile. Perfect. We're going to build up a research lab, most likely, as next. then an alloy foundry, and then we'll go from there. So let's start her up and see how she goes.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Oh, here we go. Hello, faithful abominations. You have done well for yourselves. With our guidance, you have mastered the technology of hyperspace travel, and are now ready to set off into the stars for the first time, much as we once did countless eons ago. Have no fear. If we did not think you ready, we would not have allowed events to carry you as far as they have. Go now, make us proud, abominations. Thy bidding will be done. And our Crown Prince consciousness is the new heir. Oh yeah, we're using the hive mind stuff because I thought it would be kind of funny. Okay, the First League is our precursor. Kind of one that's good to go after, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, having an Ecumenopolis is nice. Look at that. First two systems we hop into, they're both the Arctic worlds that we want. Size 23! Oh, I already have a good feeling about this playthrough. Already have a good feeling about this. Our first colony ship is approaching Gardener 3, getting ready to colonize Gardener Prime.
Colonization efforts begin.
The first abomination colony. I will never get over the fact that I called them the abominations. So we can have our second one pop up here soon. I just need to get my consumer goods up a little bit. Either that or just get my energy up a little bit. Chances are what we might do, though, in this playthrough, we might go ahead and set our policy, our economic policy, to, or no, what is it? Our wealth creation to consumer benefits. Now, the reason being is because we're always struggling with consumer goods, and I just hate consumer goods. So if we could turn some of our trade value into consumer goods, I think that's probably a good play. So for now, we're going to go ahead and go with consumer benefits, because we can always produce unity through our temples. And there, we are already done with our first one. So everything that we're doing is going to be for our masters, which means we're going to want to go for things that are going to give us bonuses against other empires or towards our economy. So normally I would go with an Interstellar Dominion right here, because it gives us the Starbase Influence cost minus 20%. The thing is, though, we're not going to be a fairly wide empire. We're going to take as much territory as we need, but at the same time, we're really not going to be that big, because basically every other empire is going to be a vassal underneath of the Fallen Empire. So that's kind of what we're going with. So I think instead we're actually going to go with one vision. The reason being, we get an extra, or we get a plus 10% unity, minus 10% to our pop amenities usage, and an extra governing ethics attraction. And the reason I took that one is because now our pops don't suffer from the repugnant thing. At least they don't suffer as badly. So now it's only a negative 10% towards amenities because of the repugnant trait. So that's kind of my thinking with that. Oh, for frickin' hell, I'm gonna take that because we're gonna need those. Because we need to rush cruisers as quickly as possible. But that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Anything that's going to be going towards helping us get more and more empires underneath of our Fallen Empire kind of protectors, the better. Not to mention, I think it'll be more fun that way. So, for my secondary tradition that I'm going down, I'm actually going down Domination, because I want to be able to rack up as much influence as possible. And I think once we get to the end of that, if I'm not mistaken, it gives us, adopting all domination traditions will increase our monthly influence by 1. So that'll be good. And then hopefully by that time we'll have our factions going, and we could possibly even be making plus 5 influence a month, which would be very, very good, especially for this early in the game. So we're continuing to expand. We got really lucky with how our constellations were, and we haven't really found anything that's connected to kind of this like inner ring right here. Either that, or I just haven't scanned enough to where I can see their connection points. But overall, things are going really well. Trash Pile and Gardener Prime are doing very, very well. Go ahead and unlock that bad boy. So Gardener Prime is going to be one of our main mining worlds because it's got a lot of mining districts on there. So once we have 5 pops on here, we'll plop down a mineral production hub, and we'll be able to exploit a bunch more from there. And then we'll go from there. And then as far as Trash Pile goes, Trash Pile is not going to be so much a specialized world, so much it's just kind of something that gets us off the ground a little bit, especially with our early game stuff. So I actually went ahead and even put on another civilian industries because I don't want to be leeching something so early on like consumer goods. But once we have another slot, I'll be putting down another research lab, and that way we can continue to exploit a whole bunch of research, because I think that's something that I just didn't do a whole lot of in the Screvian Corporate Holdings, was I didn't do research. I had like 1,000 research by the time the game was over, and it went on for almost 200 years. So there's no way we should have that little research, and there's no reason we should have that little research by the end of the game. So we're going to be focusing a lot on repeatable techs. We're going to be focusing a lot on research, creating research specialized worlds, and yet another mining stuff. But this time I'm actually going to go ahead and plop down some energy right there, and that one can kind of be a little bit of a mixed world as well. I know it's kind of a bad strategy to go ahead and kind of mix your worlds to not necessarily specialize them, but with this being kind of a roleplay / kind of just for fun one, I thought it would be, you know, okay. So there isn't size 12 Arctic world in here. The problem is, do we want to colonize something so small? Because I've got half of mine just to leave it there and not even colonize it, because not having worlds big enough to have maybe, you know, like 40 or 50 pops on them, it's kind of annoying, honestly. It's actually really annoying. But we're going to continue to expand down this way. If we just wrap around this entire section up here, I think that's honestly going to be perfectly fine. Let's grab the mineral purification because of what I had just said about Gardener Prime. Once we have 5 pops, I'll be able to put that down on there. And then we'll go from there. So we'll probably do a little bit of terraforming, but I don't think I'm going to give myself the same challenge of the Screeving Corporate Holdings to terraform all of the worlds into Gaia worlds. Because I think that might just be kind of something that we do for fun. But let's see, what else we have here? Governor level cap, extended shifts, resource workers, and slaves increased by 5%. Nice, that'll give us an extra 5% from our workers. And that's pretty good. Wonderful. Extra 200 influence from the bunker bot. That is very, very nice. I know that's a really good one to actually take, but honestly, we need the influence for expansion at the moment because I want to continue to expand on this arm right here. So I think maybe our checkpoints are going to be one here and up here. This would be a great choke point to have because, let's see, would that be a good choke point? No, technically this would be a good choke point to have because it's within the nebula, and then the choke point down here would be within the nebula as well. And then we would just colonize everything in between and then go from there. Because we want to try and maintain our cohesion as much as we can with our Empire Sprawl. And we'll be doing some terraforming of all these worlds and everything like that around here to make it a bit more suitable for us to live out there. But we can also possibly use habitats. There's destroyers. We want to rush cruisers as quickly as possible so that we can get these fleets up and running. But there's a good possibility that we'll actually be running habitats around a lot of these worlds as well. And we'll be playing fairly tall when it comes to that. So I'm not really comfortable playing tall all that much, if I'm honest. I don't really do it a whole lot, so I'm definitely out of my comfort zone here a little bit. So I hope that makes for some good and entertaining content and can kind of help you guys strategize a little bit. But a little bit more of our stuff right there. Want to try and stay away from a lot of the bureaucratic buildings. They kind of like gum up the system a little bit.
System survey complete.
Looks like we have another world down here where we can live. Size 21. It's got a little bit of a modifier on there though. What's we got? Hazardous weather. Good for energy though. Oh, that's a great energy world. Oh my goodness. This might be one we terraform into a Gaia world or... Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Because we do actually have to take that Ascension perk in order to do that, so that's not something we can just go out and do, unfortunately. But economy is looking really, really great. We can actually afford to, you know, take some risks and stuff. And we're just continuing to expand out here towards the nebula. We're going to at least get this section right here, explore all this stuff up here, and then we're going to go ahead and survey all around here. Just to kind of see if there's anything right there. The second arm, I believe, is right here. And it comes down like that. Oh my goodness, there's an asteroid sighted. My god, it's gonna kill everybody. Oh, but it might actually, because we don't have any ships that are capable of jumping through space, nor do we have any weapons on them. So let's go ahead and fix that real fast. Come on over to Corvettes, auto-complete the ship, and then we'll go ahead and just upgrade those bad boys right there. And we found some volatile motes. Wonderful. I thought that said direction thong, but it says direction throng. Nice. There we go. And let's scrap it for the minerals because I like stuff.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Wonderful. And go there. Let's give you resilient. And there you go. And let's just double check that you are home base there.
We have mastered a new technology.
Okay, let's get exotic gas refineries going. Because we're definitely going to be wanting to have a lot of tech. Gonna leave that there for now.
Hostile Xeno fleet engaged.
This is the Xeno fleet. One singular space rock and it can't even fight back. I love it. Alright, more quantum energy states, please. More energy from our Steff. Minerals are looking mighty, mighty fine. Trash pile. We're getting there. How are we doing here? Natural wormhole. Where did we find a wormhole at? Aha, right down here. Interesting. There's a size 25 Tundra world in there. Holy shit. Nice. Alright, so I decided that that really, really tiny planet that is in there, the size 12, that's actually going to be one of our science worlds. So I'm only going to develop it with city districts, because there's not enough of the other districts, like the generator, mining, or food districts, to really even think about doing that. So we're going to have housing districts across the entire thing. So if there's, it's a size 12, and there's, what is that, 12 districts? Yeah, 12 districts times 5, that's 60 housing across the entire planet. I think we'll be able to have quite a few of the researcher jobs from there. And we just found a living metal deposit. Okay, I'll take it. So we actually made contact with the mining drones out here. We haven't researched them as of yet, but so far so good. We've not made first contact with any other species except for our benefactors. Which, you know, I'm totally fine with, because if you've watched my stuff before, you know that first contact tends to make me a bit scared. But hey, did you just see that planet that's up here? That is size something. Size 24? Size 22? Arctic world. We've really lucked out with the sizes of worlds close by. Normally, I always get shafted where it's like, hey, did you want a size 9 planet? Sure, have one. So we're going to go ahead and colonize this section right here. Just like that. We'll go ahead and pop that on there, and then we're going to colonize this ASAP. Because this is a good planet. We could also make this one another research world as well. And if we do indeed go down the arcology project, we could actually turn this into a gigantic ecumenopolis, which would be kind of nice. But at the same time, not really necessary for our type of empire.
Construction complete.
So the reason I've kind of halted my expansion to the north is because I want to make sure that we have everything nailed down what I wanted in the area that we have so far. There we go, got some more amenities and stuff. Want to make sure that we have everything nailed down as far as our borders go right here. Then we can continue to expand out this way if we need to /want to. Because I don't, like I said, I don't want to get too big.
We have mastered a new technology.
And there we go. Cruisers unlocked at 2221. Still have not made first contact, and I am A-okay with that. Let's go ahead and send you up to there, because we're going to go ahead and study that. We're almost done with the first... Actually, no, we're not even halfway done. Disregard, thought we were further along. But I do think we actually have... No, we've only got one other one right there. Never mind. So we're going to go ahead and terraform this size 25 world into an Arctic world. Cost me 2,000 energy, and it's going to take, I think... What did it say? 2,000 days? Yeah, about 2,000 days. So that's honestly pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and build energy right there, and a new city district right there, and that's gonna be really, really good. So once that's terraformed into an Arctic world, we'll have ourselves a size 25 Arctic world, and then up here, we're going to be colonizing this bad boy very, very soon. In fact, right now, gonna go ahead and colonize that. And I think that's pretty much where I wanted to be within the first episode. Our economy is really beginning to boom. We're doing very, very well. I haven't really felt the stress, the beginning stress of the game. I'm pretty okay with that, honestly. I know a lot of people, they're like, if you don't go to war within the first 25 years, then what are you doing? Your game's too easy. But at the same time, I'm kind of okay with that. So our economy is looking really, really great. We've explored a decent bit of the area around us. And our colony's borders, or our empire's borders, are getting much, much larger. So I suppose with that being said, guys, I believe I'm going to go ahead and end off today's first episode of the new Abomination Imperium Human Scion playthrough right there. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you once again for the suggestion of what to do for this playthrough. I'm looking forward to doing the rest of this one and then going from there. So, until next time, this has been Commander Ryantium, signing off.